What's going on YouTube? Today we got a 2006 Harley Davidson Softail Standard. It's got the skinny front tire and the big old back tire. I'm taking both wheels off and on. I'll take you along, show you how to get it done. Not that hard. I believe he's got an aftermarket exhaust. I'm not sure what the stock exhaust is, but even with the stock exhaust, shouldn't be that hard. So let me get you started and let's go. Again, I don't know how your exhaust is going to be. This one's got a short exhaust. Don't have to dick with it all too much. But if you do have like a long exhaust, you can get in here with a wrench. A 10mm 12 point. It has to be a 10mm, has to be a 12 point. You'll strip these out or whatever. There are two bolts. See if we can get it out. Take a prying tool and spread the pads open gingerly. Try to anyways. Kind of got the saddlebags tied up because they're all tied to the bike and everything. Don't feel like messing with them. There's a little tab down here. You can try to bend it up and pull the hose out. Oh, there we go. What I'm going to do is just put this in a Crown Royal bag, set it off to the side. Again, I got the saddlebag kind of holding up here, so it's not too much in the way. We got a cotter pin right here. Take them and bend them straight. Try to. There we go. And take a 24mm cracker axle nut. We got a nut and a castle nut and a washer. We got this other washer here. It's got a notch in it for the adjustment screw. What I like to do is gingerly pry the wheel back, get that out of there. This way we don't have to mess with if our belt tension is good, we'll just do it that way. This way we ain't gonna loosen it up and readjust. Go ahead and pop it through. There's our axle with the other adjustment spacer. Next, we'll see if we can't get this one spacer out. Gonna lift up on our caliper bracket, get this spacer out. Try to take our belt off. Start from the bottom. Pull it up. What I'm doing is rotating the wheel. There we go. There we go. There's your spacer. Basically, this has got a slot in it, and then it's on this ledge. So you're gonna push it this way to kind of get it off. You're gonna twist the wheel a little bit. Just gonna play with it, find that sweet spot to where it wants to come off. There it goes. See a little slot, a little ledge. Then we're gonna lift this bike up. Looks like I gotta take this belt guard off because it's not allowing enough clearance for the wheel to come on. So, easy. Half millimeter, half inch. We can take a half inch. The bolt there. Usually a nut and bolt right here. Another nut here for the top guard. I should say bolt. There it goes. Take our top guard out. Then there's a bolt back here. Just gonna give it a few turns and loosen it up. It's gonna be kind of tight, not like super tight, but it's not gonna be super loose because it's a tight and snug fitting. Anyways, let's give it a few turns because it's in a slot. Come on. There we go. Once we get it off, clear the bolt. Take the, see the little slot right here. Probably should have taken that off first or towards the beginning. Alright, now we should be able to get the wheel out. See? There you go. Let's go do the front. Take a 19mm, get a nut, lock washer and washer. Then now we got these 2 1/2-inch nuts and a cap. Take those off. Okay, I got all this now. So this cap has the word out, so that faces outward because these holes aren't exactly center. And then you got a nut, a washer, and a lock washer. Tap our axle out. Got a spacer on that side. Got a spacer on this side. We're going to roll the wheel out, but I'm going to roll it out. I'm going to spread the pads open gingerly. It'll make install a little easier. Slide that out. Alright, let's go change the tires. Come back and show you how to put everything back together. Alright. Now it's time to put this thing back together. First thing you do before you leave the shop or wherever you're having your tires changed, make sure your tires going in the correct direction. These Michelins, usually, oh, there it is, has rotation on there. You know the rotor's on that side, so we are going the correct direction. So let's slap this pig in. Straighten out the forks. Oh, maybe not. Roll our wheel in. Line up our rotor with our brake pads. This is why we spread them open a little bit. A little bit of wiggle room like that. Use that. Now, I've cleaned and lubricated the axle with some anti-seize. Only need a thin coating. We're going to take our 1 spacer, slide it on, stick it in, grab our other spacer, stick it in place, get the axle just holding it so they hang on the axle. We're going to lift up, get the axle through the other fork. Like that. Now, this axle has a hole in it. We want to keep that parallel with the ground. Okay? And then we're going to put our axle washer, our axle nut, our lock washer, then nut. Get that going. A 19mm. Now what we're going to do is use this screwdriver to keep this hole parallel with the ground as we tighten down on the axle. Okay, that's it. Our axle cap, how it says out. We're going to have that facing outward. Yeah. We're going to take a set of we're going to put on a regular washer, a lock washer, and then a nut. Get that started. Do the same thing with the other. I'm going to tighten this up. But what you want to do is this gap for the cap, so you want to make sure it stays even. Looking pretty good. I'm going to kind of go back and forth, make sure it's even. Spin the wheel, make sure it's smooth. I'm going to pump our brakes up. Let's go do the rear. Again, we're going to check the rotation of our tire, which is simple. Arrows on the side here. And then we already know what side, way the wheel goes for the rotor and the drive. We're going to slip the wheel in. I want to see if I can't get this thing in a little easier. Oh yeah. There we go. Maybe taking that guard off over there might have helped getting that out as well. So, why is this so slow? Where that go? Oh yeah. We're going to stick our spacer in if we can. There we go. Get our belt started. Alright. Oh, there you go. Lower this, keep lowering this down. More. That's about right. Grab our last spacer between the wheel and the brake caliper bracket, like so. I've already went and pre-lubed my axle, cleaned it and pre-lubed it, just like I did the front. Alright. Get everything lined up here. There we go. Might have to line up our other spacer. There we go. There we go. Now we got this notch that needs to go in this bolt. What I like to do is take a pry bar, kind of gingerly pry, get it started like so. There we go. Now we're going to take our brake caliper out of the bag. Brake pads looking good. Gingerly fish this in. our rotor or pads over the rotor correctly. Remember, our longer bolt went on the bottom here. Should be pretty easy. Pump them up. See if it works. Yep. Now I do the same thing on this side as I did the other side. That little notch in there. Kind of get it started. Grab inside the pulley. I'm not putting a whole lot of pressure on it. Make sure it's in there right. There we go. Take our washer, our castle nut, get it started. We'll grab our 24 millimeter. We're just going to snug it up. Spin our wheel. There we go. Check our belt tension. Belt tension's feeling pretty tight. Loosen up the other side just the same. One way to tell that your wheel's tracking true is the gap between your belt and the side plates. Just spin it forward. As long as it's not hardcore rubbing on the side, you're good. I'm about in the middle, so I'm solid. Check my belt tension one more time. Feeling a lot better. I'm going to tighten this up. Okay. Tighten our axle nut. We're going to line up the hole for our cotter pin. Let's put our guards back on. And we're going to take this slot, get it over the bolt behind it. There we go. Spin our wheel, make sure everything's nothing's rubbing. Alright, let's go take the first spin. There you go, guys. 2006 Harley Davidson Softail Standard. Showed you how to take wheels off, put them back on. Not very hard. Now again, I don't know how it is with you guys that has the OEM exhaust or the longer exhaust that might get in the way of the brake caliper. Just got to fiddle with it, get around it. It can be done. So other than that, it was pretty easy. So if you like what you see, give me a big old thumbs up. Comment down below if you see something I could have done better. Just be gentle about it. And then make sure you subscribe. And for more, I also have other content with me taking some motorcycle trips. So you'll check them out, alright? Adios.